Welcome back. The Special Investigating Unit is probing a tender that the Gauteng Health Department awarded to the spouse of the President's spokesperson, Kusela Diko. At the same time, the DA in the Eastern Cape has asked the SIU to investigate what it calls potential impropriety in the awarding of PPE tenders in Nelson Mandela Bay. To talk about these investigations then and COVID-19 and the SIU as a whole, we're joined by the unit's spokesperson, Kaizer Kganyago. Mr. Kganyago, very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for being on eNCA. Let's start on a general basis, perhaps, and talk about how big your COVID-19 caseload is at this point, at least in terms of complaints that you've received.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your viewers. The complaints that are coming our way are a lot. We have got a lot of complaints in the Eastern Cape. Everybody knows about that issue that we're dealing with the door-to-door campaign that was done there. And there are also others that are bringing things like the scooter processes. And we also get a lot from different provinces that relates to the issue of food parcels. We have got a lot that relates to PPEs, especially here in Gauteng. We've got the purchasing of PPEs in the Department of Health in Gauteng. We have dealt with the Bait Bridge fence. Everybody knows about that. And many other small ones. That is why we ended up deciding that we need to look at the investigation of the procurement that is related to the COVID relief funds.
And I mentioned coming into our conversation just two of the prominent ones in the last few days, the Nelson Mandela Bay situation where the DA has asked you to investigate a PPE case there as well. You've got the investigation into the husband of the presidency spokesperson, Kusela Diko. That's also been brought to your attention. Still early days. Do you have a priority list in terms of cases that you need to handle as quickly as possible?
The intention of the proclamation that we need is to do exactly that, to make sure that we deal with the cases as and when they happen, so that we deal with them immediately and we don't have to say when allegations are coming our way, we then go out and say we are still waiting for a proclamation. If we have this proclamation, we can then do whatever needs to be done. But when it comes to the one that you are referring to, the one in the Eastern Cape where you say the DAS said that they will refer this to us, that was already done before, because if you remember a few weeks ago, the Premier of the Eastern Cape had already written to the President to indicate that he would want the Special Investigating Unit to come and investigate. In relation to the PPEs in Gauteng, you will remember that long before the article that came out on Sunday, we had already spoken about the fact that we've got allegations that relates to the procurement of PPEs in Gauteng. Therefore, we are not responding to the article that was in the newspaper. We had already started the process of the proclamation for that. And we are not specifically in sort of investigating a specific company. What I can tell you now is that so far we have sent our people to Gauteng on a secondment because we were busy with the proclamation process. But on that secondment, we've already established that the process of PPEs relates to at least about 90 companies so far.
And it is this proclamation that would allow you to then investigate those individual companies. I just want to make sure that I'm following.
We have already started investigating. We have got two ways of doing our investigations. One, after the proclamation. The other one, if there is a secondment agreement between us and the department. We have entered already into a secondment agreement with the department, and our people have already started. That is why we are able to say to you that we have got 90 companies that we are looking into, only with the Department of Health in Gauteng. Therefore, we are not here to say one of the companies belongs to this or belongs to that. We are looking at the processes of how those companies and the procurement process was handled. And that we will deal with as and when it goes. And when the proclamation comes, it will just help us to continue with our investigation.
And when do you expect to get that proclamation? Because a lot of South Africans, as you're well aware, become rightfully impatient, especially when there are allegations of corruption against some of the most prominent South Africans, that the process is resolved as quickly as possible, whether innocent or guilty.
I think all the relevant people are aware of the fact that this needs to be handled quickly, and we have made sure that We have engaged with the Department of Justice, and the engagements went very well. As I speak to you, the proclamation is on its way to the President so that it can be signed as quick as possible. And because it is very important for the public to understand that it doesn't help to rush and have this thing done quickly when we are going to be in a position where we miss certain things and we open ourselves for the people who do not want to be caught to be then challenging the proclamation in court. Therefore, we had to make sure and close all the loopholes before we send it to the President. But I can safely say the proclamation is on its way to the President.
Kaizer Kganyago, will speak to you again when we're able to delve into then the specifics on a case-by-case basis. For now, thank you.